Monica at Kings Titan Homestead. We're going to take a walk through the garden real quick. I've had a lot of losses this summer. It's looking really, really bad as far as plant goes, but we're trying to recuperate and clean up from just basically a Great Depression. Not even wanting to be in here because of how bad it was. But so here are some projects that I'm going to be working on. I have bowling ball here and 2 more bowling balls right over here, and so I'm going to be creating some garden ornaments out of those. Got them at the thrift store, or not thrift store, I'm sorry, at a yard sale for $5 a piece. So for $5 a piece, these are going to turn into some really unique yard art. Just over time, people have like gifted me things, we found things, and we're just kind of like putting it all together in a grouping that will be kind of unique, I guess. So this is besides it being a bee water, we feed the bees protein powder inside of that like lotus flower there. Let's see, what else do we have here? We have a downed saguaro. Actually, it's metal, and what I'm going to do is pot that. The base actually rusted out, so I'm going to actually put it in a pot with a bunch of rocks around it, and then like repaint it, or I might even do a mosaic on that one. Not quite sure. Like I said, we had some losses. The yarrow is not there. It's just been a really rough spring. So summer, actually. Spring was beautiful. Spring got away from me because of all the bee removals. Jennifer just gave me this Mexican sunflower. However, I had that saguaro leaning up over here and it fell on it. This has just been the story of my life lately. When Cheryl moved, she gifted me this gorgeous Talavera pot, and right now we have St. John's wort in there. She also gave me a lot of yard ornaments and things like that. So this is supposed to be the herb bed. As you can see, it's not doing too good. We moved a really old picnic table that was left by somebody who had been staying here, and he had like put some, I guess, plywood on the top, and it's really just falling apart. Cheryl and one of the hobbyists that I take care of the bees for every now and then, his name's Steve, gifted me all these tiles. So we're gonna tile the top of this, and I have some teal outdoor paint, and we're probably gonna paint the seating teal, and maybe leave the iron part of it a brownish color. Kind of pick up some of the colors that are in these awesome designs that we have here. This is just real simple growing area, cinder blocks and pieces of wood that were intended to be beehives, but they split, and so they didn't work. So I got a lot of stuff here that I need to plant, but for the most part, a lot of it is getting cleaned up. Let's go into here, because this is like one of my favorite areas. I have to cook outside, and all of this really needs cleaned up. But so I do a lot of cooking outside, and because the kitchen tends to get extremely hot. So we got water containers here for the bees to water. An old smoker holding, I can't get a plant to stay in that. It just kind of like dries out too fast, so it's just got a fake succulent in there that I found at a thrift store. This is kind of my area where I've been gifted a lot of really cute garden gnomes. So this is kind of like my fairy garden area. I have just some really, really adorable, I love these. These are just, oops, but the wind keeps blowing, and when I know exactly where I'm going to put them, for sure, I'll probably glue them down. But for now, yeah, they're coming along. So just like I said, a lot of empty space. We got Bugsy over here. Here's Bugsy, and more thrift store type finds. I'm hoping that I can find some really small solar lights to stick in these candles. I think they're just adorable. So again, just the garden has completely, we're getting it ready for the fall garden is actually what we're doing. So just kind of walking around here. Just a lot of stuff to clean up. We have the Criscola, which the bees absolutely love to drink water from. We have the Criscola bulk by the pound, as well as marble, both pink and white marble, bulk by the pound, going into our Etsy store. This is, I couldn't figure out what to do with all of Dan's old vintage 1960s, 70s, nothing real old out here, but so he had a lot of bottles just kind of piled up and the weeds were growing around him. So I made a walkway with them, and I have to redo the soil over here. For 3 years we had gorgeous wildflowers, and then now it's just kind of went kaput. Nothing's really growing in this very well anymore. Even my 4-year-old alfalfa, which is right over here, it's just struggling, and I'm watering, and I'm like, and I fertilized, and they're just not very happy. I don't know exactly what's going on. So another project I have to do is trim the trees, and I also need to go through all of my hummingbird feeders and alter them so that they have bee guards on them. So I've got quite a few hummingbird feeders, but the bees will rob it, so I need to fix that. So I do my laundry outside, and then I run the hose to the trees using the Ecos plant-powered laundry soap. So that's like the #1 really great soap for reusing the gray water. And these plants in here are the ones that are just starting back up, and these are to be cut for bee flotation devices. So we cut them in 1-inch sections and then give them away to at different events for people to help save the bees, allow the bees to water. So that's a really great, if you're part of a beekeeping or gardening group, that's another really cute idea to do. Nothing was wanting to grow in here. I've tried strawberries, I tried all kinds of different things, but I think it just kept getting too hot with all the metal. And so I'm going to try a bed of aloe because when aloe blooms, the bees absolutely love it. So put that in there. These are a project. I found these at a yard sale. And so what I'm going to do with them is, see, they have it where you hang them up on the wall. That's not what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to paint them, like I'm going to probably paint these purple and yellow, maybe a little orange, maybe make orange balls or something. And then I'm going to actually stick them on top of steel rods, and they're going to be like metal flowers to help it have more like a color pop in the garden. Okay, so this one here makes a beautiful flower. Huge flower spikes of orange flowers winter through spring, and they say that they're fantastic to use in flower arrangements, and I didn't even think about that, but they would be totally awesome. But this one is called Ghost Aloe, Aloe striata. It's a hybrid. Okay, then we have over there a struggling striped century plant. And that's all. It's just Agave Americana Mediopicta. Not sure. Probably just another hybrid. And then this one right here, oops, sorry. This one right here is Agave Lafantha quadricolor. So I'll give you that right there too. This one was given to me down in Arivaca. I don't know what kind this is, but it really throws off a lot of pups. And it was extremely root bound being in a planter, and I hope it'll be really a lot happier here. This here is a shin dagger that a friend of mine was pulling out on his property and gave to me. And then that one over there, I believe, is a foxtail agave, and I got that through the free plant and garden stands of Arizona. So we also added quite a bit. We did a jasper, a bulk jasper on our Etsy store. That's coming up as well. Then if you are local to the Tucson area, and we are going to be parting with some of our agave pups here soon. We have the variegated Americana. We have extra of the artichoke agave. We have quite a bit of the octopus agave. We also are going to be parting with some of the papaya starts as well. So I'm supposed to be growing Napa cabbage here, and I popped up a Colorado river toad.